I want to touch on this. Put you in the same situation again. Maybe you got through something with soul loss in reverse. They keep trying to get you to sell your soul in some way. You could be one of very few people, I'm telling you, that hasn't done this. Alright, so let's see what this plan was. 29 could mean something. This is also planning on, it could be a marriage, depending on if you have things, and they took that from you as well. But let's see. Oh, no, this is death. Oh, this feels like hunting or Hunger Games. That's what it feels like. Praying, plotting, get justice to the death. Queen of Cups. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. There could be a Scorpio female here. A mistress? Is this somebody that was a mistress? Oh, I'll tell you in framing. Okay. This is going to be so many different things, but this is going back into time, back to the future. Somebody took this thing and ran with it. So this is what I see quickly. Somebody here that was possibly on trial or was going to have, there's a plea. Somebody said, well, how about this? Why don't we recreate the scenario and then we'll record everything and try to see if we can it feels like now setting up the same scenario for, listen, if there's somebody that was on trial for someone's death, they could, this is what I feel, they didn't like that, there must have been judges involved too, right? Let's find out what their names are. I want this and to frame you. They wanted to go back and have you put your fingerprints on things. This could have been like, let's go drink here. I want to frame you for this death. So let's go get a drink here. Here you go. And they're showing me. But they were having a hard time getting to you. Why? Why were they having a hard time even off? Because these ancestors or alien beings were blocking some shit. You also may not drink. I drink alone. Yeah. What's that? I drink. Is that a song too? Yeah, there's a Scorpio here, definitely. Female. This could be your mistress. Maybe you cheated on your wife, or you did. Okay, that's what it was. You may be the kind of guy that didn't want to leave your wife. You could have had a mistress, or somebody wanted to be one. And I feel like they wanted you to kill your wife. And this is what I'm hearing. Kill my wife. We may not be together, but that doesn't mean that I love my wife. All right, I'm not even sure why I left, why we're separated, to tell you the truth. And she was pissed the fuck off. You called her a mistress. You said, babe, I mean, to tell you the truth, we're still married. So you're a mistress. Why would I kill my wife and leave you? Because there's something you found out about this woman. And that's why you didn't want to be with her anymore. She wanted you to treat her the way that your wife, who put in all this time and so there was a death. Whose death were they trying to frame you for? This may not be the same thing, but they were trying to recreate another situation to set you up to go away for life. AL blue. Sorry, and blue. Ajax. At TY wanted to come out. WP. AW. Law. You're a law-abiding citizen now. And that's why, okay, boom. I'm just going to leave it at that and find out another one. That's the reason why they had a hard time getting to you. You're changing your life around with this death card. It could be that you had some kind of awakening, and now I drink very scarcely. I don't drink around a lot of people. This man likes to drink by himself. Yeah, it was difficult. Let's find out another way that these people were trying to take you back into a time to recreate a situation to get a different outcome. Memories of love. Did you do this shit with somebody on some trip or retreat and light candles and shit and let them float, passion ignited? Yeah, the ring of fire. Yep, that's what this is. So you already went to this retreat or this reservation is what I heard. Okay. Alice. I can't stand feeling hair all over me. It drives me absolutely crazy. Now somebody will try and find a way to make me feel hair through virtual reality, or I can feel that. It's like I just move and my hair falls out. It's from radiation. What's up with the farm? Funny farm? All you got to do is say something to insult someone too. You could have said something to, yeah, were you raised on a farm? And it's like, well, now let's put you in a farm. Right? It just feels so weird. Like the world just got so fucking weird like this. Wrath. W-R-A-T-H. N-N-S. No nonsense. No nonsense. What is it? Hold on a second. No nonsense. No nonsense. But let me see what else this is. NNS script. NN script. Is that what it is? IRC client lets you make MIRC look pink and fluffy. He's using annotations. Is this filtering? Useless features. Okay. Artistic. Somebody was I'm just testing out my artistic skills. Wrath. You said something like this. Oh, I got it. This isn't always just putting people in a past situation over again. This is trying to create the scenario. So you said God's wrath. You're going to experience God's wrath. So they took your environment and they started making it seem like people were being shot down, and they even had actors. What we want you to do is when they're walking outside, we want you to just fall to the ground. You guys are still, I don't understand what happened to you. You think this is harmless. This shit was blocked. I think you were supposed to be hurt, and they were going to try and say that this was God's wrath. It was going to be a way that some people were trying to make it seem like they weren't responsible for all of your accidents or all of the shit. See, you're a brave person, and they're not. You could have said, I'm brave. So they wanted to create situations to make it seem like you're not brave, which would be what? Setting a fire to a church or a children's school. And thinking that you wouldn't be the first to run in. And if this happened and they did that, you were the first to run in. It was proven over and over again that you're the brave one and they're not. So what do I do to make myself feel better because I'm fucking broken, right? I'm going to try and create a situation where they look like the zero and I look like the hero. Is this a preacher? A preacher was behind this shit, ironically enough. God's wrath, okay? God damn it, Manny. OL. Manny Lowenthal. I see why the I see why Lo is in there, and that this was actually something that they said to you. An individual said, a guy said to you, I see why Lo is in your name. Cause Old Yeller. Old Faithful too. H-A. Aloha. And O-M. Elohim. They use all of these terms. L-H-M. Laugh heartedly to myself. Lord help me. Okay, that's it. We want to make sure that, oh man, is this what's happening? That people just, they hang on every word, and then they'll say, all right, well, they're saying that this place is becoming a zoo. So what we're going to do is we're going to implant most of the people in their environment with DNA from other animals, and we're going to see if we can create a zoo and make it. They're very particular on whether they want to create the scenario that you said or they want to fight against it. Did you hurt some elderly people in this process? Pastor Ricky? Is this the saving thing too? Save me, Jesus. There are people who are turning away from Jesus, realizing that he's not going to save anything, that there's no savior coming. So then there's some churchgoers who they know this is true too, because you can see the world and where it's going, but they're aggravated. They feel embarrassed. Other people have had this happen, but it's how they're taking it. They realize, okay, well, I mean, it's better late than never. Let me get out of this outfit and start living my life for me before I'm gone. And then others are your pride. It's that thing that your God hates the most, sir. And you refuse to see this for what it really is. So you were making it... Were you saying you were bringing people back to life and shit? Somebody had to force themselves to be the savior. Your church is empty. Yes, it's emptying more and more every day. People are aware that this could be an every man for himself type of thing. And whether I know it for certain, I'm not going to wait till the last minute to find out that maybe I should have taken some action before. You thought it was a joke or something. Somebody thought that it was a joke about what? You thought it was a joke that there is no savior, or you joke too much too. There's just something where people don't believe that you're the man you claim to be. You mocked people going through things. That's not very godly. So it's not just that people don't believe there's a savior because of what's going on. This isn't why your church isn't thriving. It's because they have seen things that you're not aware of. Don't forget, there are these lenses that people are watching people through, and even telepathic. You think nobody's listening when you're having conversation, and you could be only having certain conversation when certain individuals are asleep, thinking others aren't aware and can hear. So that's another thing. And this could have had something to do with some children, sir. It's better for you that they just don't show up, is what I'm feeling. Because if this gets pushed, then they're going to wind up outing you or even confronting you in front of people. It'll be at a very inopportune time. Your sermons are boring. They let you know in so many ways that they wanted you to quit, and you refused. There was someone else who wanted to bring something different. All right, I'm not sure where I'm at with Jesus. I'm not sure where I'm at with this God thing. I'm starting to see things, but it's hard for me to just step out into something else. So let me incorporate something different. You seem to like, or your neighborhood is going deeper in poverty, and you're driving around in a Benz or a Lexus or something like that, and it just, people are starting to see that you're a fraud. You don't give back. People found out that a lot of the donations that you said were from you or family members were actually things that some of them were taken from other churches. You had some gang members, some thugs, taken things even from people's homes. Some people found their belongings in the donation bin. There was a clear message that sent out to your community about some things that you've done in the past too. Somebody sent out an alert. Now this could be a site. You may not even know somebody started this site, sir. Yeah, about the past and what is this? Any kind of, oh, you're a misogynist. There were female pastors and preachers and stuff that went missing under your reign. You call it a reign. Yeah, this is not how God gets down, is what I heard. Okay, so then this person was trying to create stuff in the neighborhood to make them look like the man that they were, trying to get a different outcome on many things. They see clearly the outcome that's prevalent and is right in front of their face. All right, let's find out another way where somebody's trying to create something that isn't, or put you in another situation that you got yourself out of already. What's black mass? Because that shows up. That actually showed up a lot on the Ghost app. A travesty of the Roman Catholic Mass and worship of Satan. Ceremony celebrated by various satanic groups. It has allegedly existed for centuries in different forms. Hit on a teacher. Does this have something to do? No. All right. Well, there could be some satanic rituals that are backfiring now. But tell me about what is Satan? It's just the opposite of God. But what is this God? A very narcissistic, on this plane, on this planet. God is a promiser of everything and a bringer of nothing as far as I'm concerned. At least Satan comes through, right? I'm going to destroy shit. And I do. I'm going to steal, kill, and destroy. And I do. He doesn't promise, or she doesn't promise to be anything other than what they are. Tell me about, there are some people who practice Satanism that are more givers and humanitarians than people who practice Catholicism. It's hit on a teacher. Tell me about this. Sagittarius. This would be a good teacher. This is an earth angel. So what happened? You hit on me and what? Are you delusional? That was the response. Are you delusional? Yeah, and they moved away, and then that wasn't good enough. So was there even a court thing, or somebody was threatening to take you to court? They wanted you to come back. You moved away or you quit, and said there could be multiple. I'm not that good looking. Am I being set up? Well, I'm just going to leave. I feel like I could be attacked for something, right? It could just be because you know you're an earth angel. I got it. Ding, da, ding, ding, da, ding. I'm not getting myself caught up in this shit. No way. Now what happened? They wanted you to come back. A lawsuit? Did you file? Hold on. God damn it, I keep feeling... Here it is. Here it is. A part of your being. It takes a lot to overcome that with people. Oh, you would have been a great fit for what these kids needed. That was the threat. Okay, got it. That was the threat. Clearly, yep, truth, right? I'm going to go. You went from being a teacher possibly to being a whistleblower, okay? You started a channel, or you're in the process of doing it. They don't like that. Now someone's going to ask you to come back. Is that what it was? They want to recreate this situation and try to stop you from moving away this time so that they can get you caught up in some And I'm guessing it would be, let's get some letters. I already know what this is. I'm tired of saying, right? Just some fucked up shit. MV, a movement. I want to start a movement. LT, it's vital to my existence. And AA. Why am I hearing Mylanta? I don't know what that has to do with it, but they wanted me to say that, Mylanta. It could be a password or something. And degree course teaches students nothing much but to bullshit future employers with media. You realized that this was getting you nowhere. A bibliographical format used in essays. So this has a lot. My life's awesome. A rare and dying breed. That's you. I'm not getting anything out of this anymore. I'm learning too much, and I want to awaken the masses in some way. You like this dangerous, I never know if somebody's going to try and put me on the street. You become accustomed to this shit, okay? I don't have any desire to be in this modern world, so you could have sold some things. Like, people were like, are you sure that you want to quit this? I mean, how are you going to... You had a home and a car, you downsized, and you're living a life that's now beneficial for you, so that you can now be beneficial to others. McLaren, that's another password. Race, it could be that too. You could have realized that a lot of it was, there was a lot of racism when it came to the kind of teacher that you are. Anne. Could be Anne, Leanne. E. Why are they putting E? Just the letter E. Oh, wow. They wanted to come back, and they were going to have... Oh, get the fuck out of here. You're disgusting, Dolores. You're just disgusting. This is what they were going to do. Look, you're avoiding tower moments by doing this. Don't go back. Somebody's going to be like, yo, can you come back? Listen, we're trying to do the right thing here. We understand how bad the trafficking was and this, that, or the other. We want you to come back. We're going to have this. It's a party. It's kind of like a sorority thing. So you could be a female teacher, but, and you're beautiful too. They're showing me bad teacher. That movie could have actually been about you and you don't even realize it. You never know. They wanted you to come back and hand out punch. They wanted you to make the punch so that you're your famous punch. And they were going to lace it with E. This could have even been lace, R-A-S-R-A-L-A-C-E. And then you were going to get locked up for it. Man, I'm telling you, this shit is unbelievable. Somebody doesn't like the fact that you got away from whatever this setup was. You listen to your intuition and your body. God damn. This tower moment never happened, and it won't happen. This could even be with the race. It could have been something where we're going to have races. It's going to be like the, what are they? Pet rally. Resilience. The wolf. There's the wolf, though. How many wolf in sheep clothing are there? Woo, hoo, hoo, way. There's no limit to the low anymore. Integrity is the new black. That's what it is. I mean, you could have been in a black school, or you're a black teacher in a white school and felt that this weird shit going on, and integrity is the new target. That's what it feels like. It's so weird, though. Let's all take a minute to think about 5 steps ahead of getting rid of all, is it integrious ones? Then you're left with liars and thieves, and you think that's cool until you can't get a handout. You can't get a $5 from no one. You can't get $1 from nobody when you need it. You can't get a fucking quarter from nobody. Just imagine living in that kind of world. Is that really what you want? Integrity means having your actions match your values. Most of the time, integrity takes a lot of not doing stuff. Not smacking people, not yelling at people, not talking shit, not stealing stuff, not lying, not littering, and not eating your roommate's last pizza roll. When the temptation is strong to do the bad thing, sometimes it helps to write the good thing, write it down, and put it in your back pocket. It's hard to justify smacking someone when you have your ass pressed up against the word compassion. I don't really know if the compassion makes sense there, but for me, it's if you don't acknowledge the other side of what it is you're about to do, you'll never experience the reward for acknowledging the other side and making a different decision, trying to get a different outcome. Some of you can't get out of a rut, and it's because you keep doing the same fucked up shit over and over again. That fucked up shit has a fucked up outcome. Do you understand? It's really this simple. Life and having a peaceful life, it doesn't necessarily have to be fortuitous or a fruitful outcome immediately, but it'll get to that point. So we want things immediate like that. But just to have that peace where you don't have to watch your back everywhere you go with everyone requires for you to be discerning on who you let into your life, which means your self-worth has to be checked regularly. You let people into your life based on your personal value, that how you see yourself in this world. This says, I let every motherfucker in. And for some of you, it's you're letting every motherfucker up in there. You say you respect yourself, you command and demand to be respected, but you sleep with every motherfucker you meet. You have become a hoe, ma'am or sir. No one respects this. Now, they respect those who do it for a living and they can admit, I am a paid prostitute. But those of you who just do this shit for no reason, because you want to get more attention than the girl who won't put out, you do realize that she actually gets more attention, or the guy, if this is a gay community, they get more attention. Them not being attacked and slandered is the more attention. So you're not looking at this right. Well, that's somebody needed to hear that shit. See, what would have happened is that you would have had a bunch of kids drinking this punch, and they would have been now flirting. You would have been flirting, and it would have been difficult for you to withdraw. I can't believe that you would even... Ruth Ann Clemens? You motherfucker. There's somebody that's passed on Rose or Rosie Dawson or something, saying, you motherfucker. I can't believe that you would stoop this low. I mean, you said that you were tired of stooping low. Someone passed on, or the spirit realm heard you say it, or they felt you think it, and now you're right back in the system again. I mean, make up your mind. OV. There's in the VO. To frame. E or something in the VO. To frame. TF. Who? There's an ER. Erin. HA. Rhea. I see a Rhea. This could be teachers. Right, got it. We're going to end it at that. If you are, I don't even care if you're a good teacher. This has a lot to do with your looks and the fact that some of your students are attracted to you, whether you're male or female, it does not matter. You are targeted now. I would just get out of it. The school system's going to crash. The housing market's going to crash. The banking, everything is going to wind up crashing because there's nobody overseeing anything with good intention. And you're going to see just how important it is to have authority, healthy authority in every area. Even if it's just a few of you. At some point it was just a few of you and you felt like this is a losing battle, but you kept doing it and there was some kind of balance. But now you guys just gave up. You just said, well, let me just... Some of you didn't go onto the other side, but you just kind of gave up and you removed yourself. And you were needed. You were more needed than you think. And just because you weren't patted on the back or remind yourself. See, this is the time where you have to remind yourself of how needed and crucial you are in whatever situation you're in. Don't fucking wait for somebody else to do that shit. You're going to want to leave, quit, give up. Yeah, there are no quitters in this shit. Or there are, but let them all hang out with each other. Let's find out another thing that's going on where they want to take you back to another situation because they don't like the outcome or they don't like that you won something. This could even be a card game. You know, pay attention to you winning a card game that normally you don't win. Somebody came in, they don't even play cards, they don't even understand the game, but they heard something, they have this gift. Now, these are the people you want to be on their good side. See how this works? Don't resent them, befriend them. Genuinely, though. And then they will now get messages and help you win. But it's going to be based off of merit. These kind of people know that they have a gift that's priceless and that they could change a lot of people's lives. But you have to be worthy of having this person in your life. Fuck my life whores. Okay? There's another individual that wants Mark to go back to sleeping with easy women or men. They want, maybe the desired outcome was so you could get sick and you were protected by some shit. Either your dick didn't work because somebody was sick, but there were other things protecting you. Now they want to send people towards you intentionally that they know are sick. You know what I mean? And it's just... I hope that for those of you that know that you're on that other side, I hope you're feeling bad about yourselves. And some of you are going to say, no. Well, that's cool because other people are looking at you the way that you should feel about yourself. And that's good enough for me. That's enough to keep people away from you. These are the motherfuckers that will walk up and club a baby seal just because they're bored. Been rushed to the emergency room for a drunken injury. They want to get you back into the ER. Somebody that you pissed off works in the ER. What is this? All right, let's find out what's up, why. So, Cameron, tell me about this. King of Cups. Trophy wife you have now. Somebody has a trophy wife or a trophy spouse. You could be in sports. You won't reach out to this ex now, huh? There's an ex that's either what do they call them? A trauma. They work in trauma, Washington. And you want nothing to do. I'm at peace. I'm cool. Hold on. Hey. Hey. Hey.
Hey.
Hey, how are you?
Good. I was just wondering how's it going there? Like, what are you doing for food and everything?
I'm just eating up the rest of what I have. You know what I mean? I'm just, I got 3 eggs left. It's small. It's really cute in here, the way that they redid it. But then it's like, I don't have, there's always something with every property, right? The hot water doesn't get hot in the shower. It's lukewarm. I can't get a bath here.
Really?
Yeah.
That has to do with the water heater, like how they have it turned up. Like
the hot water is extremely hot. Yeah, it's extremely hot in the sinks. It's just the shower for some reason. Now, in the last place I went to, they would adjust the hot water. It was actually at the psych ward. The people, when they target you, they fuck with the water heater. You know what I mean? Like, the shit is piping hot. There's no reason why the shower would be any different. So, either somebody's paying attention to me being in the shower and fucks with the hot water, or I have the only system where the hot water comes out of the shower differently than it does both sinks.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Other than that, I mean, it's all right. It's private. It's quiet here. I love the neighborhood. I like walking around and seeing fucking graffiti and shit. It just, I feel comfortable here. But then
You like it there?
I do. I mean, I mean, I don't like it for long term. You know, it was after
Yeah.
I got in here that I realized that it's not even the space. I don't need a lot of space, but it's the laundry. There's nowhere to do laundry. There's no office here.
There's no, like, nobody you can talk to, right?
There's nobody I could
through.
just go get the toilet paper from or towels. I almost feel like this place was set up for a trap for trafficking, possibly.
I think what they did is, like, rebuilding it, like, in Fishtown, like that. Like, the place wasn't bad, but I said, you know, like, Fishtown, they started rebuilding up, and I think that's what they're probably doing. It looks like they bought a triplex or whatever it is and then redid it, you know, to rent out and stuff, you know? But there's got to be somebody through like an email or something. You should be able to get toilet paper and shit, you know?
Yeah, it feels like somebody did this, you know, as an investment, and then I could have been the first
Right.
one to rent this room.
Oh, you think? No, because people had said, if you look at the reviews, that other people stayed there.
Yeah, well, they get their friends to do that too. Some of these people get their friends to put reviews.
Yeah, just like on Amazon.
Yeah.
I get it.
I mean, yeah, but it's good, you know what I mean? But that place, I didn't even realize that hotel existed, or I would have just went there. I didn't even realize
it
that.
would be so much closer.
Oh my
for
God, I
everybody,
know.
You know?
Yeah.
You know, to get you or get you food or
Yeah.
feed you or whatever. It's just like.
Or just for me to even walk somewhere, or.
Yeah. I didn't know about that either when I put in hotels nearby. Came up with the other ones, but not Woodhaven. I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't see that either. Until I was already here. Now, a lot of the time, sometimes I'm placed in situations for certain reasons, I realize,
Yeah.
even if it's fucking frustrating. But,
we always feel like things are meant to be.
Right.
We're supposed to be.
Right.
Wait, are you able to book for that place next week or what?
No. I mean, I didn't have to pay the incidental fee because I got it for another week, and I was hoping that they weren't going to tell me that I couldn't.
I know, that's what I was wondering when you said you got it for another week. I'm like, did they charge you another $179 and start
No,
over?
but I don't get the $179 back until I check out, I think, from this.
Yeah, did you have to pay the $225 damage fee too?
No.
Oh, okay, that's what it said, like $225, and you get that back. The $179, I think, is just taxes and shit. They figured, you know, they make up all this shit anyway.
Yeah. I didn't get that back yet. I have like $9 in my bank account.
Oh God, what are you gonna do?
Oh, I mean, you know, I deal with not having well. You know what I mean? You know, I don't bitch and I don't complain. It just is what it is. I'm doing whatever I can do. I was just in the middle of uploading, and that's all I do. That's all I do is as I'll upload, but I don't upload just to force it. I mean, I can tell when the messages are just ridiculous, and I'm not, you know. So instead now I just kind of pay attention and put something out there that's going to be beneficial to most people now.
Okay, I just feel like because you don't have enough for next week or whatever. Like I don't know what you're gonna do. You're
Something will turn up. Yeah, something will happen. You know.
Well, I got it. I got a response from Brian.
Oh yeah.
So I know he was okay because it was really concerning me, you know, that I don't know, I kept thinking about him because he didn't bring back to you, right?
Right. No, I got nothing back from him whatsoever. I actually asked him, I said, would you be able to put up the money to get it for, I think it was a month? And I said it was 14 something and I'll pay you weekly. And it was because I wanted to alleviate the possibility of paying these taxes every week and shit like that, and he never responded. I sent him a screenshot of the total and everything, and he just never got back to me, and I don't like to push people to do shit, you know?
I know, because he's not like that. I sent him, I was just thinking about him, because it's not like him, he would say, like, oh, I'll talk to you tomorrow, I'll call you, you know, it's just not, you know, like him, and you said something about his teeth, so
Yeah.
I texted him the other night. What was it, Monday? I think it was. Tuesday, I texted him Tuesday night. Like, hey, Brian, was wondering if you're okay. I called and texted her on the 27th, treated section 2, when she he said, you know, they had to drive somewhere to Waco, where like everything's far from them because he's like in the boondocks, and he says we were like in this fog for hours, and we both got really sick when they got home. So, and that was like a month ago. So I'm like, stay out of the fucking fog. So I said about Trav, you know, with Eric and the kids, they had a stomach bug going around a little while ago. I said, sorry, you have to work and can't rest, feel better. And he wrote back, thanks, and that was it. Like, he never sent a text, but he just, I guess, the shit with his sister, too, probably, you know, overwhelming.
Yeah.
So, at least I know he's okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I'm thinking he works on a boom truck or whatever, putting up signs, and, like, he could have fell, he could have got, because he's just, like, so kind of on the ball and wanting to help all the time, and just not to hear nothing from him, just saying.
I think that it just caught up with him, the constant working, and then getting his teeth pulled like that. I'm sure that weakened his immune system, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure he doesn't take care of himself. He's up every day. He was working at night downtown before, like at the airport, he said, and then having to go to work in the morning, too. So, he's, you know, at least I know he's okay. But I did reach out to him, and, you know, he did say. So I just wanted to let you know that, too.
Okay. Yeah, well, I appreciate it. I don't like to bother people, you know what I mean? So.
Yeah, I know that. I was just curious myself, you know, because I figured it's not like him. But now we're supposed to get all these fucking storms. Like, Dad worked down that house down the corner, like, 2 days. Like, he did the one corner, and he put the metal up. We had one day, and the next day, I'm like, he says, oh, I'm going to have to do something. I'm going, it's too fucking windy, you know? But he went down there and was putting felt paper on and shit. But, you know, because we can't get paid either until the job's finished. You know,
right.
We already got the deposit back in December, so it sucks. Like, and he just said to me today, he's like, you know, we're fucking supposed to get storm after storm after storm. It's like snow tomorrow, I think, and then a couple days later, we're getting another snow, and next week, like, twice or whatever, and he's like, I can't believe this fucking weather.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, maybe it's just because, you know, sometimes people are being forced to downsize or give up certain things, or, you know what I mean?
I think it's, you know, shit's coming down. They want us in.
Yeah.
Here, I think, you know, with the Super Bowl, you know, they all go, I don't know if you know about gematria and all that stuff, but, like, Super Bowl, you're talking, like, everything with the numbers has a meaning. So, 2-9 is the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And Trump's going, interesting. So, they always said it's going to look like the puppy show, but worse than a puppy show. You know, the Super Bowl is like, you know, the biggest traffic day of the year. Biggest traffic. And they do it underneath. You know, the tunnels underneath all over the world and everything, trafficking children and stuff like that. So it's the biggest trafficking day of the year because during the celebration and the mid thing, you know, the whatever they have there, the show and all that, like that's when it happens. And Trump's going to be there this time. And the number is 2-9, which if you take 2 and backward it 9-11, because not, you know, 9 and 2. So it's 911.
Right.
And they're saying it's another 911. So something big might happen at the Super Bowl. I can't believe he's going, the first president ever to go. I think it's for a reason.
I also think it's because they're going to win this. There's no doubt in my mind that they're going to win the Super Bowl.
Eagles again?
Absolutely. They're going to win.
Yeah, well, you know, Diana, they always showed a picture of her with her Eagles jacket on. Somebody gave it to her. So, like,
These are
everything has
messages.
meaning.
Yes.
Yeah, everything has meaning. And then, how ironic, you know, you see that plane that went at the Roosevelt Mall? You know what I mean? Like, literally.
Why? What happened at Roosevelt Mall?
Oh, my God. Like, last week, there was a friggin' plane crash right at the mall.
Really?
Yeah, 6 people died on the plane. It was a medjet left from Erica had texted me at night or something and said, Mom, or it was like 6 o'clock, Mom, like, did you see that plane crash, like, right around your house? And I'm like, what? And then I turn, like, I don't watch the news, like, maybe once in a while to see what's going on, because it's all fucking fake anyway.
Yeah.
And it literally, they think this is all intentional. I believe it wasn't just an accident. That's what they're saying on Telegram. It wasn't an accident. First of all, the one that happened in Reagan Airport with the helicopter that went into the airplane like last week or the week before. Did you hear that? 60 people died, and they were all ice skaters.
Yeah. Well, I've seen some
things. The helicopter ran into it, like how the helicopter, Trump kept saying, shouldn't have been flying that high, and they think that was a terrorist act too.
I think there's something weird in the atmosphere with all of these frequencies and all of this shit that's in the air. I think that it was hard for somebody to get back on track. I don't think that was intended. I really don't.
Yeah, well, guess what? Because then there's a couple coincidences with these crashes, and then literally less than a week later, this med jet leaves from airport right here, right by us.
Right.
And literally within 30 seconds crashes by the house. Like vans was all blown up and stuff like that. They're saying it's an airplane, but on Telegram they're saying it was a missile. It was a missile disguised as an airplane, like it was an intention terrorist act. Like, now you figure this is a couple coincidences to think about it. The first one happened at Reagan Airport. So they're talking about a president. Reagan Airport with the helicopter crash. Okay, this one on Roosevelt Boulevard. My brother texted me too. I said, yeah, literally, it's 10 minutes from my house. Like, thank God. I think God's protected me because I'm part of this. I'm one of the chosen ones. Nobody believes it, but I am. And I think it's protecting my family and everything. And literally 10 minutes from my house, it made a huge hole. 6 people died. Supposedly, this little girl was in from Mexico, and all aboard was Mexicans, and she was here at Shriners having life-saving treatment done, and was literally, they were taking, it was her and her mother, and 4 people, 2 crew members and 2 other people, Mexicans, were going back to Mississippi or Missouri to refuel. Like, they fueled here, left our Northeast airport. Yeah. Literally within 30 seconds, it crashed. It came down, and it looks like a missile. It doesn't look like something went wrong, and it just, like, fell out of the sky. They had contact with the pilot, supposedly, and then they had no contact, and next thing, there's a big explosion. I mean, they blocked off half of Cottman Avenue. A piece of debris came through the diner up there, Cottman and the Boulevard, almost hit a guy in the head. Like, it just exploded all over, but the hole in the ground was like it didn't look like a plane crash, and people were like, well, where's the plane? Where's the debris from the plane? You know, it looked like a fucking missile. So anyway, all 6 people on the med jet, and it was a jet, died. A guy, and I don't know how more people didn't die because of how wide it was, and it was at 6 o'clock on a Friday. It was last Friday, and a guy died in his car, got like instantly burned or whatever in his car, and it sent like 20 people to the hospital. And it's just like, oh my God, I'm like, this is too close for comfort. But then again, the coincidence is Roosevelt Boulevard. So they're saying the last one was Reagan. This is Roosevelt. So they're saying plane crashes with presidents' names in it. So that was another thing.
Oh, right.
Yes, there's so many coincidences as to why this is intentional, or with the
Washington, Lincoln.
Yeah, and then get this, another coinky dink. Okay, the plane crash was the other one with the helicopter at the Reagan Airport, or Reagan, was coming from Kansas City. Kansas City is playing in the Super Bowl. And then here we got this, and it's Philadelphia, the next crash, Philadelphia Eagles. And they're both playing at the Super Bowl.
Right.
So how weird is that?
This could be that they're destined to win, and that any other team that they would crash. That guy could just be what it's going to be.
Like, crashes at both Super Bowl teams.
Yeah.
You know, all these kids supposedly died in the Kansas City crash from the ice skating. They were leaving. They were figure skaters, professional. But they were kids and their parents and coaches and stuff. 60 people died in the first crash. And then the three people on the military helicopter that hit them. So they don't know if they were MK Ultra and destined to hit it, like it's a terrorist thing. So they're just like, but it's both things, like friggin' Roosevelt. And then another plane crashed. Then Houston, I always had a list 2 years ago on Telegram came with Q drops. 17 cities, okay? It said evacuate, and this was out 2 years ago. It's been posted many times over the last couple of years. Evacuate. I'm like, and Philadelphia was one of them, and I'm just like, okay, where are we supposed to go? But one of them, other ones, New Orleans, they had all the floods. L.A., they had the fires. They're all on the list. Philadelphia, now we had the plane crash, and then Trump's thing in Nevada, where they had the bomb in front of his thing in Nevada. Like all these cities were listed. So I think they knew there was going to be, the black hats were going to have terrorist attacks against us at these cities. And I'm just like, okay, well, that was a little too close to home, 10 minutes from my house. And, they closed it off for days, while they were investigating. But I think, of course, what they tell the public is not always what happens,
Yeah.
So it's just very strange. I hear a lot of different stories. But the fact that they were both teams being in the Super Bowl, one from Kansas City and this from Philadelphia, and here we're playing. So I have a feeling like something big might happen.
Yeah.
At the Super Bowl, like maybe this is the start. And we get on to Sarah, and Trump saying all these things about the IRS now, which I said to everybody, the IRS is going to be gone. No, it's not. No, it's not. Stop believing that shit. And here he's talking about abolishing it. I'm like, I know all this shit. It was just taking longer than it's supposed to, but I know it. So anyway, yeah, I'm surprised. Well, you don't watch the news or TV or whatever. Like,
no.
Yeah, that was close. I mean, everybody was texting like, oh my God, that was so close to your house. And I said, I know, but I feel like I'm protected because I'm chosen. I don't know how to say it. I don't know why, but
yeah, I used to say that chosen shit too, and then you piss people off. I would just say, well, something was looking out for me.
Yeah, I just feel like the whole world right now, with all the shit and the chemtrails in the sky, where they're known to give you what did they say, aluminum and all kinds of shit,
heavy metal.
That's why everybody's getting sick. They said
right.
A lot of schools are closed for flu and stuff. Well, that's because they went out in the fucking fog. They're still trying to hurt us. I'm like, Trump, fucking do something, like, they're still trying to kill us around here. Like, get on the ball, get this shit done. Anyway, just wanted to see how you're doing, how you were eating. I didn't know if you talked to anybody there.
I don't speak to, no, I haven't. I've seen a few people, but I mean, it's weird. It's like people don't even know how to have conversation with me. It's I don't know if it's awkward. I used to be such a sociable.
It's weird, like having a white girl in the middle of a black town. You know what I mean? Like, why are you there? What are you doing there?
I mean, I don't feel that though. It's everywhere I go. I just don't. I don't have conversations with people. I'm not sure how many people have conversations anymore, or it's just me. It could be that something about me, people don't even feel comfortable conversing with me. It's just. Yeah. I don't know.
I think it's just weird vibes all over right now.
Yeah.
Everything's so up in the air.
Well, that sounds better to me, yeah.
I feel like it's just utter chaos everywhere you go. Like, I remember a year ago, like, people were so on edge and everybody couldn't say boo wrong that they wanted to fight you and yell at you and get freaked out, Like, I would just keep my mouth shut, because the people would be like, oh, you cut me out there, like with the road rage and all. I mean, it's just insane, And I think we're coming to a big brink now where shit's actually going to change for the better, but they keep saying, like, don't be surprised, like, just know that this was meant to be and don't take it, to heart. At the end of this, we're going to have an amazing life, but we're going to see some nasty shit first, so we have to go through it, So I just believe this is a bunch of the nasty shit. And they kept saying February 2025, this is when the shit's going to turn. And it's just like every other day. Oh, my brother, Houston, was on that list. And right after he actually was on his cruise and texted me from Cayman, it was booked. It was canceled like, I don't know, 2 months ago, and then they rescheduled, and he just, I don't really hear from him when he's on the cruise, and we're on Telegram together, and we would send each other stuff or talk on there, but I knew he was away, and then finally he said, hey, this was on like a couple days ago, 3 days ago, like, hey, we're Cayman, like they were off of the boat because you don't get no service. And he says, I heard about the crash. Like, how was that close to Ann? And I go, close to Ann? Like, literally, I'm on the other side of the boulevard, And I was weird because I took Ziggy up down the street to pee down the corner by the mailbox there. I went down that way, and it was like 6 o'clock, and I'm like, here, all these sirens and beeping and going crazy. I'm like, more than normal, not just like... And I came home, and I said to Dad, I'm like, oh, my God, I said, it's crazy. I heard so many sirens. And then literally, like, 10 minutes later, it was, like, on the news that there was a plane crash right at the Roosevelt Mall,
Yeah.
And 3 houses were on fire right there. They had to close them all. They blocked it all off for days. You weren't allowed near there. It was the whole perimeter, because they didn't want it to come out. And they had the the trans guys coming out, and the FBI were there, and all this shit, investigating. But, I just feel like it's part of these terrorist attacks that they're getting back. Trump's doing tariffs on Mexico and all these other things now, and the people are getting pissed, but they're giving in. It was all part. They keep saying, just remember, we're watching a movie. This was all played out years ago, but we have to show the public because nobody believes it, So,
Yeah.
a lot going on. But I was wondering about food and just, like, be aware of your surroundings. Like, so many of these places, like, have cameras and shit, too. I was thinking about that the other day,
Yeah.
Especially if they're private, they can put them anywhere. So I'm like, just bet you're not okay in the camera,
I feel it's actually the one thing that is actually the best part is I feel safe here.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
You keep your door locked at all times, right?
Yeah, it locks on its own after it's shut after a few seconds. They all do.
Is there somebody on top of you, like another person?
I don't know.
Oh, you don't hear anybody walking around or anything?
No, it's very quiet. Yeah, it's quiet. I mean, if there was a close place, if I had money in my bank account and it wasn't, I mean, it was, what was it? Was it 4 or something, or still 5 something for the week at $40 a fucking night? It's just weird because there's something with the tax in the city, maybe. I mean, because it was $4.85 for 7 nights, including tax and everything. That's what I don't understand how it's. And that was $69 or $70 a night. And it was still
that's
cheaper.
What I mean. Like, they always, when you said 34, and I kept thinking, well, I know they're going to put charges on, and it still comes out to what you would have paid up here. It was under $500.
Yeah.
That's what I couldn't understand. Like, 7 times 34 does not equal $400 and some dollars.
Right, that's like $300. So then it's $200 in fucking taxes.
And yet, when you go to these other places, like you've been, the extended stay, like you can always say, I'm adding more days, and you don't have to pay the extra fees and stuff,
Right, right. Which is what I did here.
That includes your taxes and everything, the $60-some and everything. Like, they don't have all these extra charges.
Right, right.
So it's either or, but it's just farther from there to do anything, It's just hard for anybody to get to or do, or nobody wants to go down there in that neighborhood, and it's like, busy and by the zoo and all that, but
Yep.
It is what it is, but see if maybe Brian can help you out for the other place, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll work out. It'll work out for me. Even if it's the last minute, something always comes through. It's because I'm just an amazing woman.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to go make my coffee.
Okay.
I was just thinking about you. Instead of texting all the time, I just wanted to see how it was going with, any neighbors there or walking around or...
Yeah, I actually walked to... I went out to get a drink the other night just because I was frustrated. I got $100 donation, and I was like, well, let me get a drink, right? I got a drink and do you know what pho is? Pho with the bowl with the Chinese. It's an Asian meal. It's like ramen.
I think I heard
it's like ramen, but it's an upscale ramen, you could call it, right? Well, anyway, I went to this place called Urban Saloon. I walked there, actually, and it took me about a half an hour to get there. I walked there. It kept saying 8 minutes, and then 10 minutes, and then fucking 17 minutes, and I'm like, all right, I'm just going to assume this shit is about 4 hours away. Yeah, I walked there and then I took an Uber back. It was like $5 for the Uber back. I spent less than $40 with the tip and everything because I don't really do that a lot. I don't go out anywhere. I usually can't.
Yeah, I know, because you can't.
So yeah, and that's just that. And I honestly am about to eat the last of my food. I just make it last. It's what I'm accustomed to now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see if you can order something, but you don't. Oh, you don't have no money to order.
I didn't want to order anything. I would be more inclined to go walk somewhere. I do try to make the shit last as best that I can.
Around you, like when you were walking, was it at night or dark?
Yeah, not really. I walked. It was at night. Well, I got there and it was still light out. I left when it was dark when I got the Uber.
Oh, right. Okay. Good.
Yeah, but I don't care about walking at
night.
night. Nothing's ever going to happen to me. You know what I mean? I mean, that's my whole life. I feel like shit was supposed to happen, and I feel protected as well.
No, I don't know why. I feel like I'm protected some way.
Yep.
But the thing, my brother was saying, I said, hey, Houston's on that list, and he's in Texas, but he's not here in Houston. I think one of his kids, Melissa, or somebody lives in Houston. And right after we texted that day here, he's like, oh, shit, like I have to, when we come back from the cruise, we have to, it ports at Houston, and then he goes home from there. And I said, okay. And then after that, he must have went back on the ship because literally the next day or that night, there was a plane in Houston that caught fire. Literally. We're talking about all this shit happening. The shit happened in about 8 or 9 of those 17 cities already. They had major shit happening.
Do you know what I think it is?
BLM. I thought we were going to have protests and everything here. So
this is what I think it is.
Like look around.
Listen.
And here we had the friggin' jet crash in our goddamn neighborhood.
Right.
You know.
Can I say something that's obvious? And I think that people want to go towards terrorism all the time. It's something in the atmosphere. If this is happening all over, because what are they gaining from a lot of this? You have to see who was on the plane, where were they going.
That they're on this list, and everything in the Q drops that were made back in 2017 is happening now.
Right.
I mean, everything to the T. So I think it was planned, and it was to show how bad the trafficking. It was always about the children. Trump always was about. He signed things when he was president in 2016 that he would go after all the traffickers. And, for a while we had little earthquakes all over the world, and they were blowing up the dumps underneath. Getty Museum was a big trafficking thing. There was tunnels under the goddamn White House. See, Trump found all this out when he was president. He resigned to take care. He saved 100,000 children since he was, president, and never stopped because they're still bombing stuff. They're still... Now he's after the cartel in Mexico. Like, I hear these military operations going on where they're taking them down.
Who's after the cartel in Mexico?
Trump. He's making Mexico might be one of the United States and Canada and all that. But the cartel is still heavy in Mexico. So he's out there. I heard they lost 100 military guys, which isn't on the news because they don't tell the news. But people that have contacts with the military on Telegram are saying that they hear from Skipper, she changes their names, but they're taking down the cartel in Mexico. So that's another thing that's delaying shit because they get the big guys, but there's still little minions around trying to prove their point, So
yeah,
it's a worldwide thing. It's not just the United States. Like he got everybody. All Saudi Arabia and China and all them capitulated to him. Like, he has shit on him, and it's either like, you do what we say for the right thing,
Right.
And, or we're going to expose you. Oh, I don't know. That's what I heard for years. I've been following this shit for 4.5 fucking years, and it should goddamn something happen soon. So, we're all waiting for this big change. But it said we'd always be going through a lot of pain first, and it seems that way,
Yep.
But it's going to work out. I'm confident.
Always does.
Yeah, it always does.
Yep. Sometimes this is how your belief in whatever is tested through shit like this.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And that's what they say. Like, don't believe in man, you got to believe in God, man. And I believe in God. I pray to him all the time.
I believe in me that I deserve it, but I get it.
Why is this being so hard, But
yep.
It isn't easy. Going to have a beautiful, amazing life.
Yes,
Let's see what happens this weekend. I'm curious with the Super Bowl and with Trump being there, and everybody will be watching. Everyone will be watching.
Yep.
And Lamar, what's his name? Kendrick, whatever, who's doing the halftime show.
Uh-huh.
His song is Let It Something, and I heard it. I could send it to you. I forget what it was, but it mentions about Drake trafficking.
Oh, really?
Yes, and they're playing it at the Super Bowl, so finally the trafficking shit, like I said, I sent Rita a picture of, I'll have to send it to you if I find it, about the symbol of the Super Bowl, and it's about ball, which is half man, half woman. That's why all the transgender shit, like everybody wants, they're all mocking God, because God made man and women. He didn't make half woman, half man,
Right.
And that's a big sacrificial day to ball, to the bad guys, so, and that's what makes me, like, I'm not into, like, football. I'm into it because the grandpop was into it, but they don't know the whole meaning behind it, and how it's fixed and it's rigged, and they traffic children underneath, and because so much is going on, and, like, people don't know it, and they're trying to expose it. So now that they're saying, like, having Kendrick Lamar doing this halftime show with this song about Drake being a trafficker, and I'm like, oh my God, if anything, they're starting to expose these stars that did all this shit,
Yeah.
that worship God with sacrificing children for their adrenochrome so they can get big money. It was always about fucking money.
Yep.
That's
what most people know.
Poor kids, and that's what they keep reminding us. Just know it's always about the children. Like, everything that's happening now is to save these children, and finally Trump's the one who came and start doing something about it, because it's worldwide. Big money,
Yep.
It's insane.
Well, it's
All right, honey.
insane
I'm gonna
that the low value that people put on children's lives. It makes me sick.
It's horrible. Like, if you use them as a commodity and just sell them, and then to torture them and then murder them for their adrenochrome because they want to be young, like, that's what they do it for. They torture them until they're screaming and hollering. I've seen videos I'll never get out of my fucking head. And then once they drain the adrenochrome from their pineal gland or whatever, then they kill them. Then they murder them.
That's right. That's reptilian.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, because half of them, the bad guys, are already in the celebrity thing. Is half reptilian. They get that Varroa. Did you ever hear of
Well,
Varroa?
they're whole
They
reptilian. Shapeshifters, the ones that do that shit. I mean, a lot of us are half reptilian.
Is one of them.
Right.
She's fucking been done.
Yeah.
A lot of these are taken out, and clones are taken to place so they can play out the movie.
Yeah.
And I know they were all shapeshifters. The Queen and all that, she's been gone.
Yeah.
It was a clone out there, and body doubles and stuff. And supposedly it's all going to be exposed. We're going to have it on our TV for 10 days, 8 hours a day, 3 times a day, and show you all of them. And maybe we'll see live executions, which I would love to see for these bastards that did this to kids.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So.
Yep. Same here.
I'm looking forward to it. I want to see it. I want to see them bastards suffer.
Yeah, I mean, my wish would be to be the one that could make them suffer. Maybe the universe will make that shit happen again.
Yep.
You never know. You get what you wish for, right? Be careful.
Yep.
All right. Yeah,
all right, honey. All right, have a good one.
All right,
and,
thank you for
anytime
calling.
You want to talk, you can call, whatever.
Okay.
I just want to see what's going. Okay.
All right, love you.
All right, I'll talk to you later.
Bye-bye.
Love you. All right, bye-bye.
Did I? All right, I never unpaused it. All right, so let me sum up what I just did because I thought I had unpaused. For the guy in the bar that watch your drinks, there's a clear liquid. For women and men in the bar, pay attention. Take your drink with you. Finish your drink. Somebody that you used to be with that thought you were going to wind up in the hospital because they either put something in your drink or they did something to your brakes. It didn't happen. You were protected. And now they want to try to replay this over and over and over again. You could have had a night where you had car problems or you got into an accident and something like that, they're trying to recreate that. You'll feel it. You'll just feel it's coming. Pay attention to the songs, the music that's playing in your car on the radio, and they'll let you know about this shit now, and street signs and everything. License plates, you know the deal. Also, what I just spoke about was, what the fuck was it? Oh, when you're coming back from the bathroom, if you don't take your drink with you, which I would suggest that you do, take your drink with you. If you're the kind of person that doesn't, or you feel weird doing that, regardless of whatever environment you're in, I would say, don't let them have your drink set up. You come back to the bar and your drink is there, no thank you. You know, it's not my fault you put it there. I didn't ask for another one. Now all of a sudden you want to be fucking bartender of the year? It took me 15 minutes to get a drink off you last night, but now all of a sudden tonight you're just lining them right up? No. And don't let them have a pre-drink made with just the alcohol and the ice in there, trying to make it seem like they want to stay on top of things when there's two people at the bar. What I would do is I would make them make that drink from scratch right in front of you. All right? And I said there's people that are in compromising situations, whether they show it or not. Some of them are just hateful because you're attractive and they're not, or you have nicer clothes when you come in, or you get more attention. Whatever, it's envy, it's competition. It's going to show up in every area of life in different ways. Isla, island, Isla. What's that? What's Isla? Is that a name, or is that... What's Isla? Wheel of Fortune? Did you buy an island? Papa. Is somebody trying to... Did you already buy an island? Hold on a second. Inez James. Inez. And St. James. James St. James? No, just St. James. You'll know who that is. FN. This could be Finland. Is this Finland? There are more venomous creatures here than anywhere. Gold looks. OM. Montego. Not your average mouse. I don't know what MOOP is. I mean, it says here about an indigenous mission agency in Africa and missionaries. It could be something like that with a bunch of missionaries, or somebody bought an island. It could be to put black people on their own fucking island, man. Somebody could have... OM came out again. This could be Omar Paul. Oman Paul. OMPU is what came out first. And then there's Billy Jensen or Billy Jenkins. Alright, these are the people either that did it, or you need to ask, or something like that. Alright. I'm done. Hope this helped.